Hi everybody, my name is Jenna Cohens. I'm a psychotherapist here in Winnipeg and online. I also run a collective in Winnipeg called the Winnipeg Wellness Collective. You can look us up online. We're here to help you. Anyway, I was just doing a live on Instagram, but the internet kept cutting out, so I'm recording this video to send out. I was talking a little bit about anxiety today and how we can turn towards it with compassion instead of avoidance. This time right now in the world is pretty crazy, and it's nothing we've dealt with before. That can elicit a lot of strong emotions, including anxiety, fear, loneliness, sadness, also joy too. And so you're not alone if you're feeling something. And if you are feeling some strong things right now, whether you think you should or shouldn't be feeling them, they're real and they need to be attended to. So anyway, I want to give you a little bit of a brief information about anxiety, at least from the way that I practice. I like to think of anxiety as the space between the sureness of now and the unknown of later. Anxiety is always in the future, and it's usually pretty fast, has a fast-paced energy. So what we want to try to do is work to slow that energy down and bring it back into the presence. Sometimes that might mean that you actually have to follow an impulse and get up and dance or get that energy going so that it has a release and then it can slow down. There are some various strategies to reduce anxiety, such as thought suppression or distraction. And those are two very logical methods to try to reduce anxiety. And unfortunately, that doesn't quite work that well. It's actually quite paradoxical because the more we try to suppress our thoughts or run from them with distraction, they get louder, more resilient, and more intense. So we can actually feel this by doing something called the white bear effect, which is taking one moment for yourself. And throughout that moment, do not think about a white bear. Do not think about a white bear on a frozen tundra. It's the one instruction I have for you. So take a minute. For the purposes of this video, I'm not going to wait a minute, but what most people find is that it's almost impossible to not think about the white bear on a frozen tundra. And this is because there's two things going on in your brain. One part of your brain is actively trying to shut down the thought, not think about it. There's another piece of your brain that's giving you that image of the white bear. It's actively providing that image for you to remind you not to think about it. So it's pretty ridiculous, but that's how it works. And that's how it works with our emotions and our thoughts as well. You can also think about this like a child coming up to you or needing your attention in some way, and maybe you're feeling like you don't want to give it to them or you don't like what's happening. So you pretend you can't hear their voice. Or you get busy with something. Sorry, mom's busy. Can't attend to you right now. Well, what do you think that child does? That child gets louder. Starts yelling. Or maybe just like tugging on your clothes. And you're like, ah! But what happens there is that if you can stop for a quick moment and give that child a moment or two of your attention, their needs get met. And then they can continue to do whatever they're doing. It's the same with our emotions. If we can attend to them for a minute or two, what happens is they naturally recede into the background. Doesn't mean that it doesn't come up later in the day, but when it does, again, you attend to it, and then they can naturally recede. So what I'd like to do now is take you on a little bit of an experiential activity that you can do at home. It's a good tool to do. For the purpose of this video, again, I'm going to go through it much faster than how I usually would in session with my clients. So I'd like to invite you to close your eyes and just start to notice your breath. You do not need to change your breath in any way, but just notice how it feels to breathe in this moment. As you're doing so, I'd like you to conjure up a thought or a feeling, something you've had recently that is anxiety provoking or brings up a strong emotional response. Just allow your consciousness to rest on that thought or feeling. As you do this, you might feel sensations going on in your body. If possible, try to locate those sensations. Where are they living in your body as you think about these anxiety-provoking thoughts? Could be in your chest, your jaw, your stomach. These sensations could be something like a burning, a tugging, a fluttering. And if you wish, you can take your hand, place it where you feel those sensations. Make physical contact with them or emotional contact. Allow those sensations and feelings to notice you, to notice that you're there with them and that you're not running or fighting them or judging them, but just simply holding a space for them to be. So now we're going to see if those sensations can give us a little bit more information about themselves. So let's get a little curious. If those sensations or feelings that you just located have a color, what color would they be? Or maybe it has a texture. Maybe they have an impulse. Maybe you have butterflies and they just want to flutter, flutter, flutter. If it has an impulse, do it. Actually do the motion. That releases some of the energy of anxiety. As you're sitting with those sensations, you can think about them like a person. If they had a voice, what would they be saying to you right now? What need would they be telling you about? What do they want? What do they want you to know? So just listen to that part of you. And you want to listen to it with the ear of your heart. No judgment. Just be with it. You can almost think of this part of you as a child coming to you and telling you something, and you just having space to hold it and be with it. Allow that feeling to know that whenever it comes up again, you'll do the same. You'll just be with it. And I'd like to invite you to come back into the present by noticing any sounds in the room, slowly opening your eyes. Hi. So again, that was much, much, much faster than I would typically go through something like that. And I also suggest that you slow down because it can take up to 90 seconds to even feel a sensation sometimes. So the other thing I want to leave you with is that if you do get flooded with an emotion at home and you feel very overwhelmed, a really fast and great way to come back into the present and go out of the fantasy world is to come to your senses. So they say lose your mind and come to your senses, and it's really more true than ever. All you need to do is go towards your 5 senses. You might have 6, but use the 5 at least. So just take a look around your environment and note what you can see, note what you can smell, what you can taste, and hear, and feel. Like, what kind of clothes are on you? How do they feel? Where are you sitting? That is a very fast way to get you back into your present state. So that's all for me today. I want to let you know that my website is www.psychotherapytoday.ca. I am offering online sessions right now, and I'm actually also offering a shortened session. That's a 30-minute mini session at a much reduced cost to help those who need help. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.